podcast and take this walk with me.
Welcome back to the Three Parallels podcast with your host, the Brother Dr. Jason Branch, where we rediscover who we were, we embrace who we are, and we make room for who we're trying to become. If that is you, you are in the right place at the right time. There are no coincidences, and we are all. We are love. We are transition, transformation. We are history. Black history, that is. And Black history is coming upon us, and I decided we finna celebrate early. How early? It's January 28th. Reality is I'm Black every day. I celebrate Black history every day because I'm making history. How often? Every day. Why? Because I'm him. Merch. We got merch. For those who can see, I got my I Am Him shirt on because I am him. Period. Him being all caps, no blue hat. Because you can be her, you can be them, all caps, no blue hat. I just want to talk about it, okay? Because today, we're going to talk about it. What we're talking about is Black history. Because every day that I'm alive, using this voice, this gift to serve, that is history. And I'm making it in real time. Because guess what? The Three Parallels podcast is coming to you live from Battlecat Studios. Where's Battlecat Studios, you ask? Coming to you live from Gator University. Yeah, we in the studio in Gator University. For those who don't know, now you know. For those who need to know, here it is, baby. Link in description. Drop in. Bring a friend. Gator University is historic to me in celebrating Black History Month because I'm the founder of this institution. And for me, as a founder of this institution, founder and president, I am 2026 versions of Booker T. Washington. That's where I'm at. Yes, indeed. For those who don't know, do the research. It's Black History Month. If it ain't Black, why are you doing it? Okay? If it ain't Black, what we talking about? It's Black History Month. We have a month of celebration where we can be publicly displaying our Blackness without any problems, issues, or concerns. Now, other times of the year, that's too Black. You ain't supposed to be barbecuing over here. Do you live in this apartment building? I stopped you because you were Black. Usually Black History Month, it's kind of like Christmas. You know what I'm saying? We get a pass. We get a little pass. I'll let you be Black over here having this barbecue and having this fun with your music up. I'm going to go on over here and side out. So Black History Month, you're able to get away with a little bit more if you're Black. So shout out to all the Black folks. All right. Biracial, multiracial, anything Black about you. You got a Black t-shirt on, shout out to you. Okay. You white with Black friends, shout out to you. Black family members, shout out to you. Okay. We're going to have some fun. Hashtag Sojourner Truth. For those who I'm just speaking facts, which is the truth. Man, I enjoy this. I don't know about y'all, but I have a good time on this show. We have a good time on this show. And I'm glad you're here because today's episode is near and dear to my heart because there's stories. There's multiple stories. There's layers of these stories that is historical, and I want to talk about it. And I got time today. So part of what I want to share with you relates to my lived experience that connects to a historical component of life that we all can connect to, relate to. Some of you know really well. Some of you are still learning, which is okay. We are here. We are figuring this thing out because that is what we do. That's life. Here, I'm figuring it out. So on this episode for today, on the historical Black history component, I want to talk to you about no other than the one and only Gloria Jean Watkins. For those who don't know, Gloria Jean Watkins, who is that? She's better known as Bell Hooks. Bell Hooks is a historical African-American pioneer. She's known by her pen name, Bell Hooks, which was stylized in lowercase. She's an American author, theorist, educator, social critic, and was designated as a professor in residence at Berea College in Kentucky, which is where she's from. She's best known for her writings on race, feminism, social class. Her work explored intersectionality of race, capitalism, gender, and she describes her ability to produce and perpetuate systems of oppression and class domination. I'm talking about bell hooks. If you don't know, now you know. Bell hooks has inspired all, in my humble opinion. And I want to share how her legacy impacted me and how her history, her story connects to all, because we're all impacted by blackness. Just want to talk about a little black history. For me, for those who don't know, in my mind and how my mind works, everything goes back to slavery for me. Everything. I don't care what it is. You name something, you could be talking about Chick-fil-A. I'll find a way to bring back to slavery. Don't matter what it is. Test me. Test me. You know what I'm saying? Add in the comment. What about this? What about that? I'm going to bring it back to slavery because that's my lens. No shade, no disrespect. You can feel how you want to feel about it, but I can't see anything else. Number one, I'm a black man in America. Been black my whole life. Ain't changed. And we're still dealing with the residuals of what slavery has done. Period. So black history is talking about the things that we don't talk about, we don't like talking about. And if you look at the environment in 2026 right now, people are trying to erase history by taking things down, you know, and removing statues and artifacts and history and trying to close down museums and remove the reality of our history. And the truth is you can't. So you can move some buildings and tear some museums down. You can do that, but it doesn't erase the facts around our environment, upbringing, blackness. And I want to talk about it because we can. So, why bell hooks? I'm glad you asked. Bell hooks is the reason for home place. Bell hooks designed this identity around home place, and home place being considered a site of resistance. So, backstory to the front story. This is a piece of her writings related to home place, a site of resistance. And she says, when I was a young girl, the journey across the town to my grandmother's house was one of the most intriguing experiences. Mama did not like to stay there long. She didn't care for all the loud talk, the talk that was usually about the old days, the way life happened, who married whom, how and when somebody died. But it was also how we lived and survived as black people, how the white folks treated us. I remember this journey not just because of the stories I would hear. It was a movement away from segregated blackness of our community into a poor white neighborhood. I remember the fear, being scared to walk into Baba's, our grandmother's house, because we would have to pass the terrifying whiteness, those white faces on the porches staring us down with hate. Even when empty or vacant, the porches seemed to say, danger. You do not belong here. You are not safe. But oh, the feeling of safety, of arrival, of homecoming when we finally reached the edges of her yard, when we would see the soot black face of our grandmother. Daddy Gus, sitting on a chair on the porch, the smell of a cigar that rests on his lap, such a contrast, the feeling of the arrival of homecoming, the sweetness and the bitterness of that journey, that constant reminder of white power and control. I speak of this journey as leading to my grandmother's house, even though our grandfather lived there too in our young minds. This house belonged to women, where their special domain, not as property, but as places where all that truly mattered in life took place. The warmth and comfort of shelter, the feeding of our bodies, the nurturing of our souls. We learned about dignity, integrity of being. We shall never forget the sense of shared history, of common anguish, and what I felt reading about the plight of the Black woman. Domestic servants of South Africa, Black women laboring in white homes. Their stories evoke vivid memories of our African American past. I remember that one black woman giving testimony complained about traveling for wee hours in the morning to get to where she was trying to go. Home place was designed as a place in space of safety, protection, connection, community, collective, culture, connection, and experiences. Bell Hooks design created, curated, discussed this place of safety, which she considered to be home place. As a black male counselor educator, I'm connected to several black male counselor educators. It ain't a lot of us, but we're here. And there's a specific, unique group of black male counselors and counselor educators that has adopted the bell hooks mindset mentality by creating their own home place, a place of safety, a place of protection, a place of connection, a place for security and culture and community that was designed years ago that I happen to be a part of. For those who do not know, I want to share my experience related to my home place that derived from Bell Hooks research. If you think about the words that was shared from that excerpt, Bell Hooks was on to something very early on, and she was able to create a place of safety, a place of connection, a place of community within going to her grandmother's home, despite what she had to go through to get there. And to me, I equate that experience very similarly to now in 2026 in higher education. And that's where home place was birthed through higher education. Because within academia, for those who don't know, I would love to expose you, it's not a lot of people of color, specifically black men and women in these places or spaces, rather in administrative roles or even serving as faculty and even having the ability to go up for promotion and tenure because of the ivory tower, no pun intended. Academia was not designed for all, it was designed for some. I'm talking about history that is still part of our present. Because have you ever, this is, I'm curious, and I would love for you to put in the comments, chat box, whatever. Fine, let's talk about it. Have you ever had a black male professor as a student? Outside of me, for those who have had me, don't count me. I don't count. Outside of me, have you ever had a black male professor from, or teacher from high school to elementary school to college, graduate level, PhD? And have you had a lot? And there's many people to this day that will say, no, I've never had a black male professor. Some will say, I never had a black male therapist. You know, there's a reason for that. There's barriers, there's systems in place to prevent us from being here, although we ain't going nowhere. Come on. We ain't going nowhere. We taking over, baby. You know what I mean by that? That means diversity within academia, not just black folks, black men, black women, but people of color, period. We're taking over. I need y'all to know that. So for those who still struggle, oh my God, they're coming. Yes, we're here. We ain't coming. We are here and we ain't going nowhere. And we have something for all. We're not gatekeeping. We're not trying to keep people out. We're trying to bring everybody in because our differences need to be celebrated. And that's hard to do with the mindset of capitalism underneath the skirt of academia. For somebody, there's a reason you don't see a lot of us in places and spaces. And one thing that I say, and I do not mind, and I don't bite my tongue about, if you go to any professional conference, more often than not, let's say, for instance, ACA, American Counseling Association, American Psychological Association, ACES, ACI, you name it, you go more often than not, it's a replica of a bowl of mashed potatoes with a few specks of black pepper. It's usually white, plenty of white folks in there with a few people of color. It's changing, don't get me wrong, but there's a reason that this is a thing. So people, specifically people of color, navigating through academia, navigating spaces where, just like Bell Hooks mentioned, navigating going from her house to her grandmother's house, it's the same thing that we, of people of color, have to deal with managing academia from a student perspective all the way to a faculty. So if you're a student, you're a person of color, the reason you're dealing with these things that you're dealing with is based off of systems. You don't understand it. I don't get it. This doesn't make sense because the belief is this is a higher level of education. This is scholarship. This is all these things, but we forget about what's underneath all academia. So any institution of higher learning that you think of, what you love, what you hate, whatever the case may be, it's driven by people. So Harvard isn't just Harvard. Harvard ain't a person that can just get up and walk around. Harvard is an institution, an Ivy League, one of the best Ivies based off of what somebody said. More than likely, that don't look like me. And then the brand behind Harvard stands higher and bigger than the actual people because there's some horrible folks at Harvard. Why? Because there's horrible folks everybody, everywhere. And that's okay. That's why we are needed to shift the culture of academia. So, my experience in this story time. Bell Hooks designed Home Place, and I got to give credit to the Dr. Michael Hannon at Montclair State University. Dr. Hannon decided years ago that he wanted to build and create Home Place because he was inspired by Bell Hooks' work. And he decided that I'm going to create a retreat for Black men in academia. These are counselors, counselor educators, people who are navigating academia in real time because of his experience. And he didn't want anyone to go through what he went through to become who he is. So he developed Home Place for Black men, which is a writing group. So him and his wife, big shout out, they decided, hey, let's find us a rental property. Let's find us a timeshare out in Virginia. Now they live in Philly. They went to Virginia to find this timeshare intentionally. And if you think about slavery, again, everything goes back to it. Virginia. So he got this timeshare and invited men. This is exclusive. This is VIP. Everybody don't get an invitation. But he invited a few Black men together to build this writing retreat where brothers get together and they create an agenda for what they want to do to accomplish year after year after year in academia to be successful. Typically, for counselor educators, there's 5 areas that we work in, and that's the clinical work, supervision, teaching, advocacy, service, research. Those 5 areas is how you make it or break it within this profession. So he developed this system where we get together, or I'm sorry, they got together to develop a strategic plan around Home Place, a place of security, a place of safety, a place where men can be men and people of color can be people of color in this safe space outside of the ivory tower to prepare for battle to go back in the ivory, the ivies. And I heard about this for years. I've just been hearing about it. And one of the people that Dr. Hannon brought to the table of Home Place was my mentor, Dr. Linwood Varee. Big shout out to my guy. And the original crew, I can't remember all their names, but the people that were there during the season, I have to give them love. And it was Dr. Michael Hannon, Dr. Linwood Vareen, Dr. David Ford, Dr. Tice Nadrich, Dr. Matthew Bonner, Dr. Alfonso Ferguson, and then others came along. But that was the core group initially. And they did this every year for 1 week. You take a retreat and you write and you process and you pray and you reflect and you meditate and you have community, you have camaraderie. And they will work all through the day. And then at night, they will kick back, relax, and just talk and just be. Go to dinner together and repeat the same thing. They had goals, they had systems, they had an agenda, you had accountability. You were working in tandem next to each other. And then, as I mentioned, it was exclusive VIP. Everybody don't get an invite. But during, you know, my last year in my doc program, Dr. Vereen asked me, would I be interested in coming to Home Place and being a participant? And I'm like, hold on, but I'm not him. I'm not him. And Vereen said, I think you are. Not actually, I think you are him. You just don't know it yet. So this is your soft invitation. And upon graduation, when you start your first job, get yourself together. I would love for you to join us at Home Place. And man, my heart just melted because it's kind of like being asked to be a member of this prestigious fraternity that's invitation only. And there's a lot of people that don't even know this exists, but it does. So my first year after graduating, um, and I'll share my graduation story at another time, but part of my graduation story was I had t-shirts made that said finished on the front. That's finished like PhD, finished, PH, finished with a big D at the end. And on the back of the shirt, it talked about it takes a village. It took a village. And the village is all the people, places, and things that I had access to that helped me become him, meaning Dr. Branch. So when I had the opportunity to become a part of this group, Linwood gave me an invitation, talked to Dr. Hannon. He seconded it. And before you know it, in January of 2019, I had my first experience at Home Place, and it changed my life. Because as soon as I touched down, I'm the youngest, the least seasoned person there, and they welcomed me in with open arms. So much so, I arrived, and Dr. Vereen had the T-shirt on. Finished. It took a village. And that did it for me. That let me know I belong. I was welcome. I'm supposed to be here. And this is the most black men in higher education in one room that I've ever experienced in my life. The only thing white was the coffee mugs we were drinking out of. Everything else was blackness, baby. And I loved it. I felt cherished. I felt seen, valued, heard, respected, appreciated. And we talked about what life is like in academia as a black man. And I'm hearing stories from these senior professors, these tenured professors, these promoted professors, these researchers, these clinicians. And I had no idea we existed. So being there for that week was life changing because number one, I got a lot done. I got a lot done because every day we would work, we would write, find your corner, find your spot, work. We have lunch together. After lunch, we back at it. We work until the evening. We may watch a game. We go out to eat, and I was all in it. And that experience changed my entire life because somebody decided to make history into the future and give the gift that keeps on giving, which is called legacy. That legacy still goes on to this day. And Home Place has grown so much so that other people are creating Home Place as well. And now that you've heard this story, you have an opportunity to create Home Place, meaning create the place of safety for you, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Because every place that you may be in may not be the safest, may not be the bravest, but you can create a place and space, a home place for order for you to have safety, protection, to be seen, heard, valued, respected, cherished, and understood. And to me, Gator University is my home place. It's the place where I'm bringing people in for safety, for protection, to be seen, heard, valued, respected, and understood. We are enrolling now. It's never too late. Click the link, dive in, bring a friend. I'm creating something that was created for me. And now you have access. It's exclusive. It ain't for everybody, but more than likely it's for you if you're still here. I would challenge you to create your own if it doesn't exist or get into a place where you belong. And I've always shared this idea about the beach and sandbox analogy. I look at the whole world as a beach. It's just wide open, it's vast. There's no limits besides the ones that we create. And then there's somebody, usually white, that decides, let's put a sandbox within this beach to contain what we have, to control what's in front of us. And you have the beach and the sandbox. And if you think of anything, especially with academia or any lane, space, capitalism, you name it, you have the beach and the sandbox. The beach to me is creativity. There's no rules, there's no laws, it's just wide open. The sandbox is the rules, laws, and everything else in between that somebody created that may not apply to you today. Give yourself an opportunity to live life the way you want to. And my mentors told me this, Dr. Vereen, and I live by it to this day. He said, sometimes you got to go through the bullshit to get to the good shit. For me, the BS is the sandbox. The GS is the beach. Life is a beach. You don't have to put a sandbox around you. I hope this episode gives you whatever you need to get prepared for Black History Month, because we here. We ain't going nowhere. And if you know of a Black person, you see a Black person, give them some love, give them a hug, shoot them a text, give them a call. Dr. Branch told me to give you a hug. Dr. Branch told me to say, hey, Black person. Hey, Black people. I love Black History Month because we get to highlight us, and it is universal. Everybody know in these United States. And some people have a hard time with it, and that's okay. It ain't my problem because I'm Black 24/7 all year long. Black History Month, February, is highlighting Blackness. And this is my contribution to Black History Month. I am Black history. We are Black history. And we the gift that keeps on giving. Design your home place. Become a part of a home place. Build your own home place because nobody's going to build it for us. This is your opportunity to do something you never done. Because life will allow us to be done, or I can choose to be done. Done is different, uncomfortable, new. DUN. Or I challenge you this week, or I challenge you this month to do something different, uncomfortable, and new. How often? Every day. This has been another episode of the Three Parallels Podcast with your host, the Dr. Jason Branch, where we rediscover who we were, we embrace who we are, we make room for who we're trying to become. If that is you, you are in the right place. This is home place. And my experience at the home place was the beginning of the Honeycomb Hideout, because that's what it felt like at home place. If you're familiar with the Honeycomb Hideout, this originated from my favorite group of all time, Outkast. And I've been saying it ever since. So anytime I go to a conference, mashed potato bowl, I usually have a space, a small home place where I can bring people in, where we can just be, we can connect, we can build, we can talk, we can process. And that's the Honeycomb Hideout. So anytime you hear that, know where it came from, because we're talking about history. So celebrating Black History Month, I'm glad you're here because I am currently in New Orleans, live, like right now, today, January 28th. I am in New Orleans, coming to you live from the Honeycomb Hideout. If you want some, come get some. This is not coincidental. This is not random. This is intentional. Come on in and bring a friend. Any info that you need about connecting, getting involved, check the description, dive in. I appreciate you for rocking with me, for rolling with me. This is season 3, and Black History Month is something else. Because the next episode, I'm bringing in the one and only Dr. Linwood Vereen, Dr. Vincent Sears, and Dr. Sharon Beatty, who also created their own home place, and they're going to talk about it next week. Tune in to Sunday's episode, 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to keep this thing rolling until I can't. If it's helping you, don't keep this information to yourself. Give it away. You never know what someone could do with the information that you share. That is it. That is all. Happy Black History Month. All my Black folks, stand up. Put the fist up. Let's get it. And if you're not, you better get back before you get a fist. in your face. Holla at your boy. Peace.